Hey guys, I'm back. Still smiling. Excuse me one second, I'm trying to pick up my other plate. I'm still having fun. I'm staying smart in art. Okay, remember how I said I had a little bit of a challenge back here with making my strings tight? So what I decided to do is I just cut off another extra piece of string. Can you see that? Move my camera down a little bit. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling this one loop here that's loose towards my center string that I tied on the back, because I want to keep all the unattractive stuff to the back of my weaving. Because when I display it, I don't want any of this to show. I can trim all this off later. But now my strings on the front are centered, and it's making a radial design. Everything's radiating out from the center, just like the sun, okay? We want it to shine. Okay? Now, remember the string I had here in the center that I tied all this up with? I'm going to tie that one more time just so it stays tight and centered. So I'm going to make what's called a loop knot. See how I've got a little bit of a loop there? I'm going to pull that string through there and pull that tight. Now if you recall, those of you that have woven with me before, this is a little different than the God's Eye, but it's very similar to what we did with the paper weaving. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do an over-under pattern. Remember when I said I numbered this on the back? That'll help me to know where to start. So I need to find my number 1. Math and art. And I'm going to do a math pattern. I'm going to go over, under, over, under. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my string right underneath here. And I'm going to go over, under, over, under. A trick that I've learned over the years, if you take, especially when you're weaving on a board, and you create basically a little needle, Mr. Rifle, you're getting loopy. And I'm going to tape my little needle. It's not really a needle, it's a piece of my stick left over from my God's Eye that broke off. Remember that piece that broke off? This gives me something sturdy to hold on to. And again, I'm going to find my number 1. I'm going to go under it. You see where my stick is? I'm under number 1. I'm going to go over number 2. If you want, you could number the front of your weaving loom. Again, the loom is what we use to keep things tight. My string got a little over the loop there. And I just keep doing my pattern. As I change my colors, because I can change my colors here in the center. Unfortunately, I don't have any extra yarn here right now that I can locate at home. You'll see more of the pattern happening. Rather with the God's Eye, we had a diamond pattern. We're just going to have a circular pattern. That's why this is called a circle weaving. And I'm just going to keep going over and under each one of my strings. Now I'll show you in the next video, as soon as I get a little further along, what that's going to look like. But you can see a circle starting to form right here in the center. I'm going to do a few more on this one just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to continue my pattern. Just remember to keep your pattern. If you get lost, stop, figure out where you're at. See, I'm pulling that string to the center and making it tight. I want to keep that as tight as possible. And I work my way around. And you can start seeing that circle right there in the middle starting to form. I have some baskets that I use every day. That's a plate basket. Let me get one for you right now. That actually, no, I don't. But I just found something that you could actually use for a weaving if your mom doesn't mind. But it's similar to the weaving basket. When I go camping, I do a lot of camping. I use these to hold my plates so they're a little more sturdy. Excuse me one moment. I'll be right back. Oh my. Did you see me make that mess? I knocked my basket off. But this is what I'm talking about. We could weave on one of these. There's your homemade loom already. You could just weave over, under, over, under. But anyways, in the next video, I'll explain how this all works. You guys are doing a great job. Stay with it, Marauders. Be positive. Stick to it. I don't have sticks here. Actually, I do have a stick. Where'd my stick go? There's my stick. Stick it to it. Stay with it, guys. See you in a little bit.